real quick, and I'm going to bring on Amy Weiss, Chelsea Cohen, and David Gonzalez. And we're going to be talking about something that we're doing here in a couple weeks. It's pretty cool. Let me share my screen. Don't go anywhere. We still got a lot more hacks. All right, cool.
Yes.
So, some of you may see, if you see in the newsletter, if you've seen any of the socials or something, we've been promoting a holiday party that's coming up on December 13th in Austin, Texas. Amy and Chelsea did an amazing ugly sweater party last year here in Austin. That was just a big hit. And so this year we teamed up, the three of us teamed up, and we brought on Mark Dawn, who's the producer of the $1 Billion Seller Summit. If you were here in Austin back in June when SellerCon happened for the Carnival of Dreams party that we did. And we're taking up networking to the next level. And I'm going to let them all speak here in just a second. I'm just going to give you the quick overview. But the four of us have come together and pooled our resources and our abilities and doing an amazing event. So it's not just a party where it's just standing around and have some drinks and socialize. There is that, but we're making this a total experience. And we're even bringing on, through David's connections, Hal Elrod, the speaker of the Miracle Morning. I think he's got like 32,000 reviews of his book on Amazon, sold millions of copies. It changed some lives. I know Amy was super stoked when we announced she's going to be fangirling all over him. But he's an amazing speaker. And he's going to be doing a motivating talk. And David even says people sometimes cry at the end of his talk. It's that profound and can make that much of a difference in your life. And it's going to be really cool. So he's the only speaker. This is not like some conference event, but he's going to be speaking. It's the four of us hosting it, and we teamed up with we teamed up with David because David, for those of you who don't know, he's here in Austin. He runs something called the Internet Marketing Party. And every Thursday, one Thursday of every month, he holds a party at a local bar, and all kinds of internet marketers come, usually between 150 to 300 people. And these are Facebook people, social media influencers, huge affiliate marketers, Amazon sellers, DTC guys, Shopify guys. It's a whole range. And he pretty much knows anybody who's everybody. You want to know Alex, get a hold of Alex Hormozi, David's your guy. You want to get a hold of whoever it is in the industry, David, he's got him on speed dial on his Rolodex. And so he's going to be bringing a lot of these people. And then plus there's a lot of Amazon people coming to the event. So it's going to be a really good mix of Amazon crowd. So you'll see some familiar faces and some faces you haven't met. But for those of you that are thinking, it's just going to be the same old people, I can see these, the next month. No, you're going to be in for a treat with a mix of people at this party. You're going to make some serious business deals. We have some big, huge affiliates coming, some huge faces. David's got a list of people coming that we can't even talk about. And like I said, Hal Elrod is speaking. He's going to be speaking at 8:30 at night for about 30 minutes. We have a stage set up. The room is set up. We rented out this special place in East Austin. And you can see here, there's a little map. We have 7 installations in this place. So we completely took over this warehouse and we're completely decking it out. This thing is an expensive party. This isn't some like, let's hang a couple mistletoes above the door and put a Christmas tree in the corner. This is like 7 different installations, a Winter Wonderland, a Whoville, a Santa's Workshop, a Christmas Carol area. It's really going to be a badass party. And it's worth the trip to Austin if you don't live in Austin to come here for the network. I know maybe not international, it might be a little difficult, but if you can get here, it's definitely worth it. We're doing a white elephant gift exchange. We're encouraging people to come dressed naughty or nice. We have 36 entertainers that are going to be dressed, elves, Santa Clauses, Mrs. Claus, all kinds of cool stuff that are going to be interacting with you. We have an aerialist in the air spinning above one of these installations. We have a ton of cool stuff. And of course, some adult beverages as well. We're also doing a charity event, a silent auction for a company called Watts of Love. And she's going to talk here in just a second, but it's an amazing group. And we're doing a charity event and a silent auction for that. It's just going to be something an experience that you've never seen before. And another reason to justify, if you're like, I just can't just get on a plane and come to Austin for a party, you might want to think about there's 3 other things going on that day. During the day, Kaylee Bindle is doing what's called the E-Climb Summit. So you could, if you want, there's a fee, it's a mastermind, but she's got like 8 and 9-figure sellers at this mastermind that are going to be speaking. It's a small mastermind during the day. It wraps up at like 4 or 5 o'clock. And then right after that, Athena from the Titan Network, Athena Severi, is hosting a nice dinner from 5 to 8, where you can go and have a nice dinner with it and mix and mingle with the Titan group over there. You don't have to be a Titan member to go to it. And then from there, you can pop over to what we're doing from 8 o'clock until midnight. And it's going to be an amazing, amazing day. It's worth coming out for it. We have some sponsors right now that are helping make this possible. This is a super expensive event, but we have some sponsors, and these are them that are helping make it possible. If anybody out there is listening and knows somebody or actually wants to get involved in this, there's some amazing benefits to getting involved in this. So you can reach out at sponsor@billiondollarsellers.com, and we can give you all the information if you want to do that. But now I'm going to bring on David and the rest of them. Actually, let me actually bring on. Are you here from Lots of Love? Is she here? There's Kylie. Kylie, if you want to come on real quick, and then right after you finish, talk about Lots of Love, I'll bring on David, Amy, and Chelsea, and then we'll continue on with the hacks.
That sounds great. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick. Great. So Lots of Love is a global nonprofit that uses solar light and financial literacy to alleviate poverty in some of the poorest places in the world. I don't know if you're aware, but there's nearly 1 billion people around the world who live without reliable access to electricity. And they're oftentimes spending up to 30% of their income just to light their homes. They're using kerosene, batteries, candles, paraffin, incredibly toxic and expensive substances. But Lots of Love exists to empower families to take back that 30%. So we believe that if we can empower the poorest of the poor with the highest quality solar light paired with financial literacy training, then we can improve economic opportunity and ultimately alleviate poverty in one generation. We do that by employing a really simple, efficient, and effective model for those families. So it involves our patented solar light, which I will, of course, bring to the event that I'll be at in Austin, and then our financial literacy training. This is kind of what a distribution day looks like. This is how families leave. They leave with our solar light and our financial literacy training, and families are taught the basics of how to reclaim the money that they would have otherwise spent on that kerosene, batteries, paraffin, candles, and take that money, save it, invest it into things that make sense for them. So for example, livestock, farming, things like that. And then also use that light and that savings to start small businesses to make more money for them and their families. They have extra hours of productivity at night because of the light. And so we're teaching families we're teaching them the very basics of financial literacy. And so a real quick story that I just want to leave you with about the impact of our work. It's what's incredible about what we're doing is that it's instant and measurable. So this is Stella's story. Stella is on the left, and then her daughter's on the right. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but in Malawi, which is a country in southeastern Africa, it's actually quite common for children to be sold into marriage, especially young girls. But about 10 years ago, we saw this social change in Malawi where the constitution was amended so that child marriage became illegal. And there was a local chief there who was annulling all of these child marriages, which is incredible and such a step forward for these young girls who had been previously sold into marriage. But the problem is that it wasn't alleviating the issue, which was families could not afford their daughters in the first place. And so we've been so lucky to partner alongside that local chief. Her name's Teresa Kachitamoto, and take our program to these young girls so that they're returning home as an example of economic opportunity for their family. So Stella's daughter, who's on the right, was actually one of the first young girls to receive our light in Dedza, Malawi in September 2021. And she brought her light home and she explained that, Mom, we have this money. This is our battery money. This is the money that we have been spending on batteries to light our homes. We've been buying 9 a week. All we have to do is take it. We have to save it. And so now that they had this solar light, they were able to do that, right? They didn't need to buy batteries to power the flashlights, the lanterns, whatever they had in their home before. And so within a week of saving that money, Stella had enough money to buy a duck and then another duck, and eventually was building up all of this livestock. So she had ducks and chickens. They were laying eggs. They were having ducklings and chicks. And she was able to take that and turn a profit on that. And Stella, when she was telling us the story, she said that it's when she realized that she needed her money to work for her. So having this livestock was great, she needed to actually be able to make more money for her family. And so she opened her own business. And that's what you're looking at here. This is Stella's rum distillery. I don't know if you can see this photo, because obviously she knows what sells. But she started this rum distillery. And what's truly incredible is that within 11 months of receiving this light, so the family got the light September, and the financial literacy training September 2021. By August 2022, Stella not only had a thriving business, but she had 2 employees working for her. So freeing her up to pursue other economic opportunities. And this might not seem like a lot to us living where we live, but this is truly breaking cycles of poverty for her and her family. All of their children are back in school now. And this young girl who was previously a child bride now has immense opportunity that wouldn't have been afforded to her before this. So that's a little bit about us. I'm really excited to join the Austin event. It sounds like it'll be a great party. And I'm excited to share a little bit more about what we do. If anyone has any questions, you can reach out to me. My email is all lowercase KYLEE @wattsoflove.org. But yeah, I look forward to seeing everyone.
Awesome, Kylie. Watts of Love is a great organization. We're glad to have you guys involved with us and hoping to raise a lot of money. I know one of the things in the silent auction is going to be a ticket to Hawaii to my event. So someone's going to, we'll see what that goes for. Maybe it'll go for more than $5,000, or maybe someone's going to get a really good deal on that ticket. And plus, we have a lot of really other cool stuff that's being donated. So electronics, some other pretty cool stuff. So it's for a good cause. So thanks for getting involved.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Just before we continue the hacks here, we'll just bring on David, Amy, and Chelsea real quick, just to talk a little bit about the party. There's a QR code. If you're interested in coming or finding out more, you can scan that or hit that bit.ly link. It's Austin, Texas on December 13th at 8 o'clock. It's going to be awesome. Amy, Chelsea, David, you guys want to pipe in and add anything here?
Well, I think you did a great job, Kevin. You really told everybody about the party. But, Chelsea and I did our annual seller meetup holiday party last year, and it was just a really great time. We had, we sold out the event and had a really great time. People came out from all over, and we're, carrying on that spirit this year. And we really look forward to just networking with everybody, including the internet marketing party. David, can't wait to just get to know you guys and build more business connections. I think this is such an opportunity for us not only to give back as sellers and as a community, but also to get to know new people and also, expand our networking. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. It's going to be great.
Awesome. Yeah. I would just add the original concept for the party is just that we've all spent the entire year really working hard. And so we want to have fun, interactive space where it's not just the, high heels and the cocktail dresses, but it's something that we can interact. We found last year it was very helpful for networking to have interactivity. So that's it's a way to connect with people that you maybe wouldn't normally connect with. Maybe you have the people that you normally go to and connect with and talk to at events. But these interactive opportunities present a way of connecting with people that you may not have originally connected with at some of the other events because of that experience.
Awesome. And David, introduce yourself and welcome to the gang here.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for having me. The way this whole thing turned out was earlier you mentioned I've been doing this for quite a few years. It's actually in September we celebrated our 15th anniversary of hosting an internet marketing party every single month without missing a month. During COVID, we just went online, so we didn't miss a single month. And you mentioned also if anybody's not from Austin, we have people fly in from around the country every single month. So that's normal, depending on who the speaker is and depending on whether it's a special event. And there's so many cool things going on in Austin, both business and otherwise, that people just make it a trip. So any of you who are listening, watching, and we sometimes even have people come in nationally. So The other thing I wanted to say is just how this came about is I do this every single month for, and our party is normally the second Thursday of the month. And I had already told Kevin, because he's just a great friend, and we're doing more and more things together. He asked me if I would promote, and I said sure, And then I looked at it, and I looked at what I went to what was the carnival of or
Carnival of
caravan
Dreams. Yeah,
Carnival of
Dreams.
Dreams earlier this year, and obviously we're doing something right, because doing it every month for 15 years and having a 1 to 300 people show up. But at the end of the day, if I just call a spade, it's a speaker, it's free drinks, and it's a bar, and it's more about the company than the experience. But when I was at the Caravan of Dreams, I was like, holy moly. And I know what Kevin and Mark and Amy and Chelsea are capable of. So I was like, okay, I envisioned it in my head. And I was like, Wednesday night, I'm going to invite everybody to go to this holiday extravaganza party. And there's going to be aerialists and naughty and nice and silent auctions and secret Santas. And then Thursday, they're going to come the next night. There's going to be drinks and a mistletoe over the door. So I was like, hey, Kevin, do you want to talk to Amy and Chelsea and see if maybe we could all bring our I don't think I told any of you that, but I figured I would just, but it all worked out because I have such an amazing lineup of speakers that already know that when they come onto my stage that it's worth it because of the people in the audience. And so, believe it or not, Hal Elrod is somebody this is the third time he was supposed to speak. The first time he was going to speak, he had to cancel because he was on a boat here on the lake and fell off wakeboarding and had got a concussion and was literally like, they thought he was going to die. Fast forward almost 2 years later, we were like, okay, let's do it again. And he had to cancel a day before because he was having some medical issues and got diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, and like from one day to the next. And so we've been joking about it for years, like, when are we going to finally do our third time's a charm where he's going to actually stay alive and come and speak at the party? So everybody cross your fingers, say your prayers for Hal that he finally makes this one. But yeah, so it should be a lot of fun, and I've been really enjoying listening to your hacks and stuff. So look forward to meeting some of you that have been doing your special hacks.
Awesome. We've got more hacks that we're about to get into right now. So if you want to come, there's a coupon code in red on the bottom of the screen here. So I'll put that up. There's the QR code and one link if you want to scan that real quick or put that in your phone. Or there's also, you can go to sellermeetup.com. There's the link again. Or you can go to sellermeetup.com. And if you enter Festive Gather 2023, you can get 50% off a ticket to the event. I think it's $99. So they'll knock it down to like $50 for you. Yeah. It just helps. We're not making any money on this thing. Actually, I'm having to call my rich uncle and take a loan from him to help make some of this happen. But it's going to be amazing. So hopefully you guys can join. Hey,
can you get me your rich uncle's number? When
you probably already have him in your Rolodex. You know everybody and anybody. You probably already have him in there. All right.
Even when you get it, pass it to me, okay?
Just for Lolo.
See you guys there. Sure. So excited about this party. Right. It's going to be epic.
It's going to be awesome. All right, cool. All right, next up, number 22, 22, Rafael. Rafael, you in the house? I see you there.
I am here, my man. How's it going?
Number 22.
All right, let's see if I can share that. Good Spanish, Kev. Good Spanish. All right, can everybody see my screen?
I do. It's in Spanish.
It is in Spanish.
All right. Are you ready?
I am ready, man. Let's go.
All right, 3 minutes begins right now.
All right, guys. Welcome. Kev, there's background noise, my man. All right, hack número 1, target Spanish keywords and level up your ROAS, your sponsor ad videos ROAS immediately with Spanish keyword, guys. So, this is not working. There you go. All right, so the idea is to create custom sponsor brand ad videos or PPC video with content in Spanish. What does this mean? That means that, so the idea is to create sponsor branded videos or PPC videos with content in Spanish, meaning creating custom content, guys. So this is the video we created for them. This is the English video, all right? I don't know if you can hear it. I think you can't.
No, we can't hear it.
All right, so it's English, and at the end, the little girl says, "Oh, good," right? So we did the following. We targeted Spanish keywords. We did 3 campaigns to test it out. One video was completely in English, targeting the Spanish keywords. It got 1.73. This video, the one that you just saw. Another video was with Spanish subtitles, which the system automatically does. I'll show you how. It got 2.66. Then the last one was completely custom in Spanish, which got around 422. We allocated $50 per campaign. So we made it and we ran it 1 week. So fun fact, the idea here is that you get more money. So Hispanics spend around $1.2 trillion online. They represent 13.4 of the population in the US. That's 42 million people. Median household income is $62,000. And the most important thing for me is that 75% of Hispanics prefer to shop in Spanish when given the option. Amazon understands this, so that's why they created something called the video auto-localized in the country's local language. Basically, Amazon will automatically translate or subtitle, right, into like movie type, the video. But this is very small. Remember, when people search for a listing for a product, they'll see this, but very, very small. So this is enhanced. So it's even small here. So imagine having a little video. You won't be able to see it. So that's why we created the custom one. It's good. As you can see, it gives you a yield, a return higher. But when the idea is to create custom, because you're telling the story correctly, you're giving them what they're asking for. You're not just giving something, you're giving them what they ask for. So English and keywords in English have, very high demand. Obviously, we are in the US, but keywords in Spanish are also very high. Look at this, barra de chocolate, which is chocolate bar, 100,000 volume search. So it's very, very good. The idea is to take more market share from your competition, and if it's on tap, even better. This is something, the A+ that we did for the client. Let me show you what we did. Oh, this is the video in Spanish.
About 15 seconds, Rafael.
All right. And we did also the audio in Spanish. So this is what we got. When we do something custom, this is the result we get. We want this. We want to make the most amount of money as we can as possible. My number is 22, guys. Scan this QR code or send me an email and we'll give you a complimentary content listing audit. Thank you so much for having me, Mr. King. Really appreciate you, my man.
No problem. Thank you, man. Number 22, Rafael. Right. Just as a quick reminder, before I show that, if you're not a subscriber to BillionDollarSellers.com, to the newsletter, scan that QR with your phone or your iPad or tablet if you got it nearby, or go to BillionDollarSellers.com. It's totally free every Monday and Thursday. New edition comes out like clockwork around noon Eastern time. So if you don't get it around noon Eastern time, check your spam or junk folder, or if you're like, I haven't gotten one in a week, it goes out. So it means it's somewhere else. So check that out. You can also read them online. You can go back and check some of the past issues online if you have one of the links. Also, the webinar next Thursday for how to do a newsletter for product sellers. If you want to be like the guys on the left, it says your brand with a newsletter, everybody's lined up to buy, or you want to be like everybody else, the guy on the right, it's up to you. So if you miss the webinar, you'll be like the guy on the right. Come to the webinar, you'll know a lot about what to do and how you can crush it with launching anything you want and really getting people to buy anything you want, anywhere you want with newsletters for product sellers. There's a link to the QR code